Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, over the years, we have seen quite a few different Brinyte products. Brinyte was the first flashlight company to ever reach out to the channel, and been working with them for several years now. And we have seen this flashlight's predecessor on the channel before. What we're looking at today is the PT16 Alpha. Now, of course, we've seen the PT16. We've seen some other very closely related flashlights, the PT18 Oathkeeper, the PT28. But this is the 16 Alpha. Now, when I talk about the 16, 18, any of this, series of flashlight, you guys always know I have to talk about one of my favorite features. Now, this one's kind of advertised as more of a tactical law enforcement, which I totally get with how it's set up and with some of the accessories that comes with it that we will see here in a little bit. But I don't talk about home defense, self-defense a whole lot, but home defense is where this flashlight falls for me. Absolutely 100%. And it has to do with this secondary tail switch. Of course, you got your primary tail switch and your secondary tail switch. The secondary tail switch gives you the opportunity for one-touch strobe. And I know I have talked about that many times. But I love that feature of this series of light for home defense. It's there if I need it. I don't have to double-click, triple-click. It's just one touch. There it is. How you doing? That is my favorite aspect of this light. Now, in saying that, there are some other features of this light that are kind of a little bit, well, that I'm not as crazy about. Absolutely. The good with the bad. So, like I said, you've got three switches on this light. You've got your primary and secondary tail switches, and you have your side switch. Now, we've already kind of covered the secondary switch, the tail switch. That gives you your one-touch strobe. It'll also do some other things for you. But when we're talking about the side switch, you're just out. You need to look at something in the yard or whatever. Turn it on. Well, it's not coming on. Well, if you want to use the side switch and nothing else, you need to triple press it. Then you can cycle through. You just press to cycle, 4 modes, low to turbo, and you're good to go. Not really crazy about that aspect, that you have to triple click to wake it up if I want to use the side switch. It's telling me I've been using it too much. Now, the other thing is you can't turn it off with the side switch. You have to turn it off with the primary tail switch, which automatically takes you to turbo the first time you push it, and you have to push it twice to turn it off. So those are some aspects that not necessarily my favorite of this light. There's no way to turn it off with the side switch. You have to use the tail switch. Now, if you happen to be on turbo using the side switch, you will press the primary tail switch once to turn it off. If you're on any other mode, low, medium, or high, first time you press the tail switch, it'll take you to turbo. Press it again to shut it off. Okay? We got to talk the good with the not so good. Absolutely. So, for tail switch operation, half press gives you automatic turbo. Half pressing your primary tail switch gives you, if you need a lot of light right there, there you go. So, one touch, turn it on. Now, that's pretty much just an on and off switch. Now you can use the secondary to cycle through your modes. If you press the secondary, darn it. Sorry about that. If you long press the secondary, you will get strobe. Same here. You long press your side switch, you will get the strobe function as well. Or I'm sorry, double click, and then double click again for the side switch, for turbo, for strobe, excuse me, you have to double click and then double click again. You get the strobe, single click, and you go back to your modes. And again, you cannot use that side switch to turn it off. You have to use the tail switch to turn it off. So, I really, really love this flashlight for the one-touch strobe. That is by far my favorite aspect. Some of the other user interface, it's not bad. You just have to remember primary tail switch for on, and then secondary. And you can switch and use the side switch if you would like to cycle through your modes, but you always have to use that tail switch to turn it off. And I don't know if you saw that, but that time it did not shift it to turbo. Why is that? Honestly, I'm not sure, because most of the time, if you're on any other, maybe that's because I was using the side switch. So the user interface is good, but I'd like to see I was hoping for some improvements from the 16 to the 16 Alpha as far as the, using the side switch on and off. If I turn it on with the side switch, I can turn it off with the side switch, so on. So, and the lockout, the automatic lockout for the side switch. Triple click to put it on. I think that, I was hoping that went away as well. But it didn't. And all saying that stuff, I'm not crazy. I still love this flashlight because of the one-touch strobe. It's a feature that I like enough. And like I said, it's my bedside light, so I'm probably going to be carrying it in a manner where I'm going to be using the tail switches more than I'm going to be using the side switch. So for me, it works out. It works to my advantage. But everything else is pretty much the same, Like I said, we've got a little over 6 inches long. It's about 6 1/4. It's about 1.5 inches wide, which definitely, that's why it makes it not a pocket, definitely EDC light, bag light, vehicle light, absolutely. But for me, it's a home defense light all day, every day. 7.5 ounces or 213 grams. But, so, let's just take it outside and see what it gives us as far as beam patterns. See you in a minute. Alright, so we got the PT16 Alpha out here. And as you can tell, we're definitely looking at more of a search-related light, for sure. Now, we are going to have some residual light out there, but I don't think it's going to affect how we can do this. Yes, it's raining, windy, Pacific Northwest in October. It's winter. But there we are. We're on low. Kick it up. Medium. And we're already reaching out to the end of the yard, 100 feet away plus. Kick it up again. Plenty of light. We got plenty of fun. Ooh, there, a residual light went off. Awesome. Definitely a well-defined hot spot going on. And last but not least, we'll kick it up to that 3,000. Definitely a more search. We do have a bit of flood. Not a lot, but a bit. But definitely have that defined beam for that search function. We don't have any visitors out tonight. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is, let me put it back down. There, we're on low, and I'll turn it off, right? Well, if you use that primary tail switch, anytime you turn it on, it's coming on in turbo. So you're going to have to kick it down if you don't need that light. Again, I'll do it one more time. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Automatically comes on in turbo. So, all right. It's raining. I'm going back in the house. See you in a minute, guys. Now, as far as light and everything, it puts out a fantastic amount of light. There is absolutely no issue with that at all. That 3000 lumens is going to light up the night fairly well. But I did tell you earlier that it comes with a lot of accessories, and it absolutely does. As you can see in front of you, this is what it comes with. You've got your pouch, which, like I said, I just would not use it as a pouch light. I keep it by my bed, ready and go. You've got some O-rings. Now you've got what they call this tactical ring. It came on the light. I immediately took it off because it hampers in my grip. Then you've got the super tactical finger ring. Again, not what I'm going for at all. So those accessories I don't use at all. It does come with a lanyard. Now, the lanyard might not be a bad addition to this light for me. Like I said, I keep the PT18 by my bed. It does not have a lanyard on it. So, and I do keep the pocket clip on it. Why? I don't know. I've just never taken it off. I definitely don't pocket carry it, but I've just never taken the pocket clip off. So, everything that it comes with, everything that it puts out, power, the 3000 lumens, it's a pretty involved package. Now, the 16 Alpha is going for about $120. But Winnie, I've been working with Winnie forever from Brinyte. She's so awesome. She's given me a 20% off code. I'll tell you right now, it is GMTD6004. I'm going to put it in the description. I'll put it in the comments so you don't have to remember that because it's a little bit of an odder code. Of course, it's not like Big Red 10 or anything like that. So, it'll be down below. If the PT16 Alpha is something you're really interested in wanting to check out and maybe giving it a try, absolutely, just don't forget there is that coupon code that can save you some money. So, have to say thank you so much to Winnie for sending this one out. Thank you, Brinyte. Greatly appreciate it. And thank all of you guys for stopping by and checking it out with me. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.